I want to play the update when it comes out, but apparently people were making fun. I saw a little bit of this and I thought it was hilarious. So Aaron Keller is talking about, so this was right here. Self-healing passive for all roles. We're back with the first director's take on 2024. It's the first of the series going over our values and vision for the coming year. And there's a few juicy nuggets in it to check out. Oh my gosh, this was absolutely like funny for me. First off, I want to give my take on kind of like self-healing in Overwatch. I think it's nothing new. I know there's a lot of people that don't like this. Look at this guy. There's 1,000 looks, only 10 likes. So I think the people that are screaming about it, they don't like it, but let's see why they think they don't like it. This is an utterly awful idea just to start. Supports are already just better DPS in a lot of scenarios. So taking the team responsibility away just enables this even more. I don't know about that. It should also take some of the pressure off support players to keep everyone alive, since individual players now have more control of their own health pool. So I agree with this one right here. As a main support player from Overwatch 1, you have babied and catered to support players nonstop since Overwatch 2 came out. Wait. I agreed with this quote right here. But I guess he was quoting someone, and this guy's got something to say. So before I read this, let me tell you why I agree with this right here. Take some of the pressure off the support players. I think, like, especially in the lower elo of the game, because I feel like what Overwatch and what Blizzard does is they try to cater more towards the newer audience rather than catering towards, like, the people that have stayed and played the game. And it kind of makes sense. If you already have people that are loyal to the game, they're going to stay, so you want to go get new people. Will you lose an audience as you go and get new people? Yes, you'll probably lose some, but I think the degree in which those two are weighed down, one outweighs the other. With that being said, the reason I think that it's okay is because a bunch of other games do this. Games like Valorant don't do this, and it plays a heavy role when it comes to health and things like that in determining fights. If you think about how fast healers get healed in Overwatch at the current moment of the game, you can easily see that it's like the healers don't necessarily, if you leave the combat and wait for yourself to get healed, it's still faster to just go get a health pack. And I think if they do something like that, that'll be okay. Because if you think about it, it works with healers because the healers are in the back line, and a healer shouldn't be out there getting shot or fighting in any shape, way, or form. Does it get annoying when a healer goes into the front line, kills some people, or does some damage, and then runs away? And I'm talking about like Moria here, and you're chasing that healer because they're at like half health, but then you realize their self-healing comes in and you're just like, God dang it, I don't have the time to kill them or anything like that. So that could be annoying, but I do think, like, especially someone like me who plays Tracer, I always go after health packs. I've always been someone that would just go after health packs, or I would just like jump in front of the healer if I needed healing. Like, I would just stand in front of the healer, and good healers, I knew I had a good healer on my team if they went out of their way to heal a Tracer and they still were able to keep everyone alive. But also, like, I never got mad at my healer for not healing me, especially if I was playing Tracer. I think the most important part is if you're doing your thing. Now, if my healing factor kicked in and it was as slow as it was playing as Tracer, I would still just go get a healing pack because it would be faster for me to get a healing pack. Same with Soldier. I would still just run and grab a healing pack and then run back to the fight rather than wait for my healing to kick in. Will it help, especially in situations where, like, I'm just running back to the team and my healing comes in? Does it make things a little more convenient? Yes. But for people who aren't as smart, for those Genjis that love to spam the healing, I think, like, that's what I think that's what Blizzard is trying to stop. Because if you play as a healer, you do get people that just spam healing, and there's a healing. Literally, the time it takes for them to spam healing 5 times, they could have grabbed a healing pack and gone back to the battlefield. And they don't need the healing. They absolutely don't need the healing. You as a DPS, or even you should see that your tank is either going in and in the middle of a fight and your healer can't heal you. It would be irresponsible for your healer to heal you at this moment. So for you to run, grab a healing pack, and use that opportunity to flank them is something that, you know, you should consider as a DPS, instead of thinking, oh, I can't get back into the fight with the tank because I'm literally like sitting here with no heals. So let's see what this guy says. As a main support player from Overwatch 1, you have babied and catered support players nonstop since Overwatch 2 came out. The support passive removes teamwork, as back then you had to ensure your DPS helped and your other supports helped you by keeping you up, or else you die. So you had to assure that your DPS helped you, others helped you by keeping you alive. I feel like that's still the case. I feel like giving the DPS their own healing factor is a W. Because it keeps them in the fight. It makes the fights more determined. I mean, I get it, because if you damage a healer, I would have to switch from being a frontline. Like, I would switch to Cassidy or McCree, and I would go in and I would kind of just stay in the back lines and just like shoot or stun anyone that would come after the healers. And then they're basically dying, and then because I'm with the healers, they're going to heal me while I'm protecting them. And I guess I don't do that nearly as much. So he does have a point there. It does change the dynamic of how you can abuse, but you can still abuse the healers in the back line. Like, people still do that. That playstyle still hasn't stopped. The reason I say I don't do it as much is because I think, like, you have things like Mercies who can now jump up and down, Morios who can run away, and they can rely on that healing factor a little bit more, and they're not. I think before it just made the healers way too vulnerable, especially in a comp that is forced. When you have the 1-2-2 comp, and you're kind of forced to play with two healers, it's obvious to just take out the healers in the way that you're supposed to. Thank you for the raid, Siberian. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. How was your stream? How'd it go? And so I don't know. I don't see this one being like too big of a deal. Why do you keep making support less of a healing role when that is what they are strongly good at? Why else would you have a health cross to signify health? Do players forget where health packs are at? No, it's not that they forget where they're at. It's just that players don't want to do it. This is players. People are too dumb, too lazy to go after the health packs themselves. We're just finishing Hidden Cats in Rome. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. I need to look that one up. Hidden Cats in Rome sounds interesting. And yeah, so people are too lazy, or just bad at the game. They don't go after health packs, and because Blizzard is more focused on like the lower elo type of players, because high elo type of players, they just do what they're supposed to do. But the lower elos, they complain that they don't get healing, or they don't get taken care of, or nobody wants to play healer, and that the queue times are too long because nobody wants to play healer. And so when Blizzard addresses the fact that nobody wants to play healer and makes healers more appealing by making them do more damage, by making them have more self-healing, and then everyone gets mad at Blizzard because now healers don't really look like healers anymore. But the whole reason that they switched what they were doing in the first place was because healers weren't appealing to play as. And yeah, you may have been a main support in Overwatch 1, but if you look at the statistics in the majority of people, most people aren't playing healers, and that's starting to change since Overwatch 2 because they've been addressing that. It's a point and click. It sounds like a point and click. It sounds like they're like Hidden Roams and Cats. That's the first thing that I thought of, was that it was a point and click. So that's how you answer that first thing. My question to you is, why do you insist on making support class try heal less and less and give them the toolkits that make them as stronger than a DPS? Illyria's damage, Kiriko damage, Zen damage, their damage should never be the same or better than a DPS. Here's the thing. I'm okay with the healer having just as good damage, if not better damage, than a DPS. I'm okay with it. The reason I'm okay with it is because this game is a shooter. It's the same thing like with Valorant, right? Like when you choose a healing class in Valorant, you can get as many kills as a duelist. Do you get as many kills as a duelist? Not usually. And the reason for that is because a DPS class shouldn't be essentially determined by the damage that their gun does, but more determined by the agency that they can apply in the match. So if they have more agency to do damage, their DPS should be more often. Whereas a healer, they should have more agency to do healing. And what do I mean by agency? That means within their kit, they should have more opportunities to dish out what their role is capable of dishing out. So if a healer has a gun, I am all for a healer's gun being just as strong, if not stronger, than a DPS's gun, especially if someone's going to bully the healer. Remember Battle Medic Mercy? I used to love that. I used to love when people would come after me. My Mercy, I just pull out a pistol and delete them because they weren't good enough at getting shots in on me. Now we look back at this. What does Mercy have that makes her a good DPS? Nothing. She can fly, yes, but she can only fly to teammates. She can't fly to enemies. She can res, but it makes her stuck in a position for at least 2 seconds, right? But then we look at Tracer, whose pistols or submachine guns are kind of like less than Mercy's. And because they're less than Mercy's, she takes a little bit longer to kill someone, right? But she has more of an advantage at killing people because she can teleport to people. She can teleport away to heal herself, and it makes her have more agency to get back into the fight, and thus she deals more damage over time because of it. So I think it's not a point about their guns that necessarily give them the chance to kill. It's more about their ability to get kills. What's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by on the stream. We're just doing some reacts, talking about some gaming news. And then we look back at I want to talk about like Moria, for example, right? Moria has a lot of agency to get kills and to do damage. I think in that case, with Moria and like Zenyatta, his biggest downfall is that he just can't move. Right? He can't move, and his orbs are his biggest factor. Have you seen the Pal World game? Yeah, I streamed it not too long ago. I'll be putting out a video on why Pal World is actually super popular. I'll try to put that video out tomorrow, but hopefully I can find more time to play Pal World with you guys. But we had a good time playing it the other day. Now, Moria has a lot of agency to get kills, but the thing is, it's not as much as Tracer, right? And the reason I'm saying Tracer is because Tracer isn't as I don't think she's as meta as the other characters. I think she's definitely dropped in meta, but in terms of like if you use Tracer and you compare Tracer and Moria, they seem very similar, except Moria has one teleport, and you can use that teleport to get away, but then you're out. Whereas Tracer has 3 teleports. Technically, if you want to count her recall time, she has 4 teleports. You've downloaded? Oh, you're going to have a good time. I'm going to be honest with you, Pal World's a lot of fun. Pal World's kind of like changed. It's actually trending right now with 230,000 posts. But Pal World is crazy fun. It scratches a lot of itches in the brain. You download it. It's weird. It's really weird, but it's a lot of fun. And so Moria's agency is more geared towards healing. You use Moria to go in and you use her damage to help if you use her damage to help your tank get a kill, or use her damage to help your DPS get a kill, you're going to get a lot of kills, or it's going to seem like you're getting a lot of kills with the way that Overwatch does their kill and assist kind of way. It's weird. But at the same time, if you're staying in the back line and you're healing people while doing the damage, while supporting, if you're playing Moria correctly, she is more of a support role. but she is more appealing to play as for a more advanced healer because she gets to help people get kills and she gets to heal the team while doing it. And I think that's what's important, is that, like, one, the support role just has to be appealing to people who want to play a shooter. I don't go in to play Valorant and then have to play a character that doesn't have a gun and sits back and heals the whole time, right? I think it's okay for Moria to do a lot of damage, but her kit is built around the fact that she needs to heal. That's the most important thing. And I think that's what people are not understanding, because they're bad at the game and they die to Morias, or they die to do. I'm not saying I don't die to Morias, but I'm saying if they're dying to these healers, when they get mad that they're dying to a healer, and if you're dying to a healer 10 times, you're just playing the game wrong. You're just bad at the game. Where if you're dying to a healer, you know, a couple of times because you were just in the shit, that's completely different. You need to have support learn to balance both heal the team when needed, a DPS when the team is ahead and pushing. This is very disappointing to read in the direction that you are pushing Overwatch 2. I had no problem heal bursting a tank or a DPS who was pressured on. At this rate, rework all supports and make them DPS roles. No, I disagree with this guy's take entirely. I think he's upset, but I also think that, like, by the way, he's been a main support since Overwatch 1. Like, if you're a support main, there's two things. There's two things about you. And a lot of people are going to hate what I'm about to say. You're either... Oh, wait. Why is he verified? Who is this guy? Oh, I guess you could just pay for the check mark. You need to, you're either like, you either love helping people, you love healing, you love the idea of healing, or the second one is you're just bad at the game. You're just straight up bad at the game. And that's what I feel about, I think I kind of got off topic. I think, like, the support role in general is fine. As long as the support role has the agency to heal, that's my take. That's my number one take right there. But, oh, Max Verstappen's trending. But with the DPS being able to heal themselves and it making the support role less of a support role, I think that's the biggest thing, is that they are considered support, not healers. I think that's the biggest thing that needs to be taken away from, is their kit is meant to support you, whether it's supporting getting kills or whether it's supporting healing you. They are not meant to just sit back and just heal you like it's World of Warcraft. They are meant to help you help the team win the team fight. Help the team win the team fight. A DPS is supposed to help the team get kills, and a tank is supposed to help the team absorb damage, right? So that the keyword being help, not do it all, but help. And their agency is built, or their kit and agency is built around that. So everyone else having a healing factor, I think, is fine, as long as it doesn't overshadow the health packs. I think being able to run and get a health pack is crazy important, but also if you're running and hiding and waiting for your team to come back and your health is regenerating all at the same time, it just makes it more convenient for the game overall. That's my take right now. Maybe it'll change, maybe it won't, but I think people are overreacting, the small majority that are.